you gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous humans, I remembered. I did a thing. I remembered. I didn't forget about your existence. Albeit this is only like 3 days on from when I recorded the last video. However, I wanted to make sure that I had something for you guys to enjoy. Oh, you know, in between Christmas and New Year. So, and it also, we don't want to do anything Christmas related because I don't know about you guys, but I am currently sick of the sight of Christmas. Never been a huge fan of Christmas anyway. However, Christmas is a very, very, very draining time of year for me. Today, we are going to be doing something pretty fun again. One thing I'm going to have to deal with throughout this is outside. There is a company that is building some really shit plastic boxes that they call houses. I don't know how they call them that, but they decided to start doing digging the minute that I sat down on this chair. They'd not done anything at all this morning that could have even been close to digging, and then as soon as I sit my ass down in this chair, they do. So I apologise if there is any noise coming back because of this. Either way, I apologise if that is a lot. I should have some background music on, so it might help a little bit. So it might drown them out a little bit, but it depends how loud it starts to get later on. Anyway, today I'm gonna rank your guys' favourite songs of 2025. I asked you guys on my TikTok and my Instagram if you want to become a part of one of my next videos. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram because that is where I post the most. You guys replied to me with your favourite songs, and we're gonna take a look at those today. Now, we have the regular tiers, as you would expect. You've got S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier. Then we have What the Fuck Is Wrong With You, which is my version of the F tier. And I added this one that says Seek Help. This is for very specific people. This one, the Seek Help one, is for anyone who has replied to this with a Tool song. I know Tool haven't brought out any music in 2025. I did something very similar to this last year on my TikTok. Someone sent me Tool. So if you send me Tool, you are immediately going into Seek Help, because I don't know anyone that feels like Tool is music. That is all I have to say about that. So we're gonna have to do this in the order that I got sent them, because they're all in my phone of the actual song names, because at the minute what you guys can see are just pictures. Some of the ones in here are some of my favourite songs, so I mainly have gone for songs that not a lot of you people will know, because I kind of want you guys to use this as an opportunity to learn new songs as well. A lot of my music I genuinely find by going onto Instagram and scrolling through, and then eventually someone will send me, it'll pop up with an ad for a band I've never heard of, and it makes me so happy. If you ever have a band and you want to get me to enjoy your music, if you put an ad on Instagram and you lead that ad off with just one of the heaviest breakdowns possible, you've got me. I am a slut for a good breakdown, or a pig squeal. Pig squeals are another one that I enjoy very, very much. Anyway, let us get into this. The first one that I have that got sent to me is President in the Name of the Father. Now, I wasn't going to make a video about this, however, because it was just something that was too small for me to really put in a real video, because I don't really think there's much point in putting this in a real video. So for some reason, President recently did an interview where they said they decided to address the industry plant allegations. Now, nearly every single music channel, barring maybe one that I watch on YouTube, have all talked about said interview. Okay, I need to hold your hand when I tell you this. I genuinely think that he said that he isn't a industry plant because he's trolling you. I do not believe, there is not a single part of me that believes that whoever president is, which as someone who is a huge Firestar fan, I am about 99.9% sure it is Charlie Simpson, who has been in the industry for over 20 years at this point. In fact, 25 years, because that's when Busted became a thing. I have a feeling that mask stuff isn't going to be forever. This is my prediction. At some point, very soon, I reckon maybe late 2026, early 2027, they are going to drop some law that means that they demask, kind of like in the way that Slipknot did with Left Behind. They're still probably going to play with masks once they've done them, but they're just not gonna do it as a whole. It's not going to be a whole thing, basically. It's just going to be that they are president, people know who they are under the mask, but either way, I think that's what's going to happen, is we are going to learn that they're going to do that very soon. My reasoning for this is because if they were trying to do a sleep token level of anonymity. That doesn't sound like a real word to me, but okay. Anyway, anonymity. If they wanted the sleep token level of hiding, they would not be so careless as to register trademarks in Charlie's name. I genuinely do not think that they would do that. I think that is part of the reason why he probably said in this interview that he isn't an industry plant, because he is going to do what I said with dropping the masks for like some sort of video, or for some way they are going to drop those masks. I don't think they are going to be a forever thing for president at all. And yeah, I think the reason that he said in this video, in this interview, that he's not an industry plant is a troll for the fact that he's going to do something like that. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Now we've got that out of the way, in the name of the Father, it is a good song, don't get me wrong. However, it is not my favourite of President's songs. I do enjoy them, but it's not my favourite, so I'm going to put it in B. Anyway, my phone's locked itself because I went on such a long tangent about Charlie Simpson. The next one I've got is The Great Unknown by Ice Nine Kills. You're gonna get another little law dump here, because I use Apple Music. I don't use Spotify because I get Apple Music for free, but also I prefer Apple Music because artists actually get paid more by Apple Music than they do by Spotify, which is kind of another reason why I use it. I mean, the free for me part is a very huge part of that, but there is a smidgen of that too, of them getting paid better too. So I did the Apple's version is they call it a replay. I'll stick the screenshot up here. However, this year, most listened to artist, almost 8 months, I think it was all Ice Nine Kills, barring the last 2 months of the year where it was Fight Star, and then at some point in July I had Sleep Token, because I think that was around the time that they dropped their new album even in Arcadia. That's a nice little bit of Artichoke lore for you there. The Great Unknown is a very good song from this year. In fact, it is probably my favourite one that they've done this year. Don't get me wrong, I genuinely enjoyed the laugh track. I don't know, there's just a little bit more passion for me with this, and I think there's a large part of me that just... So I'm going to put Ice Nine Kills in A. Next we've got Caramel by Sleep Token. Again, this is an excellent song. It is very unexpected, in my opinion, from Sleep Token, because it was literally breaking the fourth wall for them. There was quite a lot of emotion in that to me, because this is just how fed up Vessel is of these weirdos turning up at his house and finding his birth certificate online. Like, I'm sorry, no band is that good to me that I need to know every little bit of information about them. I listen to quite a lot of bands that are like masked, I guess, in one way, and I do not understand why the fuck people are like this. Anyway, Sleep Token, Caramel, not my favourite from this album. I have quite a lot of favourites on the Even in Arcadia album, but that is not one of them, so it is going to S tier. Not S tier, A tier, Lily. Sleep Theory's Static. I'm really, really tempted to ask you to seek help for that being your favourite song of 2025. I like Sleep Theory, right? Their newest album is interesting, just purely for the fact that there is so much auto-tune going on. It kind of sounds like early 2000s Cher to me. It's kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about it. So for that reason, I'm going to put it in D. Then we've got Spirit Box, No Love, No Loss. Okay, this is going to have to be the first of our S tier. It is. I love Spirit Box. I love them so much. Courtney LaPlante is just absolutely stunning. She does come back up in this, as I'm probably not really giving anyone any spoilers why she comes back up in this, because you can see my screen. That is why I'm going to mention she comes back up in, because you can literally see her down in the bottom right corner. She is an incredible singer. She really is. And she's just gorgeous as well. Yeah, S tier. Absolutely fantastic song. And we've got Architects, Everything Ends. Okay, love this. Not my favourite from Architects. This album is okay. I like it. I don't hate this album. It is not my favourite. I can't remember what the last one was, but it's the one that's got animals on. Is one of my favourite ones. My favourite album from Architect. So I'm going to put this in B. So next we have Lorna Shore. Now, if you watched my last video, you will know I am a rather large fan of the beautiful William Ramos. I cannot roll my R's, so I tried. I genuinely really love this new album. I feel the Ever Black Within Me, I believe it's called. Festering Within Me. I can't remember off the top of my head, but Oblivion, great song. However, Glenwood is 100% my favourite song from that album. It really is. It's so good. Absolutely amazing. I only discovered after Will Ramos. My tongue piercing makes it hard for me to roll my R's. And the Britishness also doesn't help. I didn't listen to them before that, which I don't know how I didn't listen to them before that, because I love that album. It obviously has to go and join Courtney LaPlante up in S tier. Okay, so the next one is not one I am very familiar with. It is Violent Nature by I Prevail. I don't know it all the way through. I spend a lot of time on TikTok, so I do know it purely from that. However, the part that I do know from TikTok, pretty good, not gonna lie. It's not awful, don't hate it. I probably should have listened to this all the way through, however, effort. It'll come up in my playlist at some point. So I'm gonna give this one B. No, I'm not. That's too nice because I haven't listened to it all the way through. It's going in C. Deftones, My Mind is a Mountain. Excellent album. Even better is the album cover because it has a snack on it. If you do not know, I have 4 snacks, one of which looks very similar to the one on the cover, except mine is slightly more pinky than white. Thought I'd let you know. Maybe if I do get to have a chance to record a video when my dogs aren't here at some point, I could do a video with the snacks. Obviously not all at the same time because Jesus Christ, that would be a nightmare. But I may eventually. But anyway, we're getting off track. We're going to put My Mind is a Mountain in B because it's good. Milk and Madonna's good. But I know that Deftones can do better. I do. Next up, we have Spectre by Bad Omens. Now, all I can say to this one is it is incredible. So far, these 3 songs that have recently dropped from Bad Omens are just incredible. They are doing some amazing things. They are genuinely dark, well, not even dark horses. They are just a powerhouse at the minute. Like, it's insane. Like, genuinely, when I heard Blood for the first time, obviously that's not a recent song, or as recent as Spectre at least. When I heard them sing Blood and I got to the chorus kind of area of it, I genuinely had to double check that it was definitely still Bad Omens, because there were moments in the singing where I thought that I'd somehow accidentally switched to a monomath. Like, I was so shocked to realise that was Bad Omens. Yeah, S tier. Elite. Next up, we have my girl, Courtney LaPlante, back again. There she is. With Poppy and Amy Lee from Evanescence, with End of You. Again, just incredible song. It's going in here. Oh my! This next one is probably one of my my favourite songs of the year, and probably the last song I expected to, or the last band I expected to bring out a new song this year, and that is Limp Bizkit with Making Love to Morgan Wallen. Sorry, am I bothering you? Is this me recording an inconvenience? Because if it is, you're gonna have to tell the humans. Okay, yeah. Limp Bizkit Making Love to Morgan Wallen. I genuinely did not expect new music from them this year. If they teased any new music, I clearly was absent. However, I am very much a big fan of that song. Purely for the whole nostalgia side of it being Limp Bizkit, but nevertheless the song is very good. I was very, very sad to hear about was it Sam? Yeah, it was Sam. The reason I'm confused as to whether or not it was Sam who passed away this year, or someone else, is because when I first found out about it was from some random person on TikTok, and they thought it was Wes. It wasn't Wes. Wes is fine as far as I'm aware. Either way, I don't think this is Limp Bizkit's best work. It is very good, don't get me wrong. However, it was more of a nostalgia thing to me because they did a 2025 version of the Hey Ladies, Hey Fellas thing that they did in Rolling. So we're going to go see. Ooh, then we've got Lamb of God with Sepsis. I mean, it is a very good song. I love Lamb of God. They are probably one of my favourite bands. I think I'm going to give this B because it isn't my favourite song from them, but I love it and I really love the album art. Next, we've got Cursed from Paleface Swiss. Again, fantastic album altogether, not just a song. The entire Cursed album is just fantastic. I am very, very quickly growing very fond of Paleface Swiss. So we're going to give them a tier. It is an excellent band. Now, we are getting to this another go for me, which is Whitechapel. There is absolutely no denying for me, Hymns of Dissonance is just mind-blowing. Like, I can listen to that song on repeat for hours because I love it so much. It's incredible. I genuinely love it. I really do. So yeah, the raffinesse, no questions asked. The one thing I am not happy about is the fact that because we had so much good new music come out this year, that I didn't even realise that they had brought out a new album until like the album actually came out in March, I believe, and I think it took me till August to realise it was a thing. So yeah, that was fun. Either way, I am still absolutely delighted to hear it because it is a fantastic album, not just a song, because Hymns of Dissonance is probably one of my favourite songs specifically of 2025. It just feels like it could be a magnum opus for them, or at least in my eyes it is a magnum opus. Next we've got Poppy coming back to play, so we have got Suffocate from Poppy and Knocked Loose. Again, Knocked Loose are becoming a very big band, which I absolutely love. They are coming into the mainstream and I love that, and I want them to do well in the mainstream, and I think Poppy is a really good way of getting them into the mainstream. I think she's a fantastic singer, but she's such a chameleon at the same time. Like, she can just adapt to anything. Insane. I love her so much. Yeah, we're going to give it A tier because it is fantastic. Again, this is another album that's just fantastic altogether. Honestly, if you'd have said to me to pick a band and a singer to collaborate, Poppy and Knocked Loose would have been my absolute last guess. There is no way that I would have put them together myself. My God, am I glad that they did do something together, because incredible work. Absolutely incredible. Now, this one is one of my favourites that I have added onto the list. They are a band that I believe I got introduced to either by my Instagram algorithm or Metal Burb. I cannot remember. There's a part of me that thinks it might have been Metal Burb that introduced me to them. There's too much noise going on for my brain today. My brain is not functioning very well. There's too much noise and it's getting very overstimulating, I'm not gonna lie. EXE, fantastic song, very, very underrated. Do you mind? I cannot tell you how frustrating this whole thing is. Cypher, this is them that have confused me now. Right, Cypher. Cypher, you're going to be, darling. So now we're going to go talk about Gareya, which are again another mass band. They are a Portuguese band. I mean no offence by this, but they are better than Sleep Token. I'm sorry, they are. I'm probably going to get death threats for that now because Sleep Token fans are fucking insane. They are better than them. I'm sorry. However, for the song they've recently brought out, I'm going to put it on the same level as Sleep Token, and it's going in A because it is a good song. However, my favourite song by them is called Submerged. I will put a clip of that in here. If I haven't, it is most likely because YouTube has changed to an AI system for claiming, and that's basically going to fuck over a lot of React creators. So after that, we have got Tanzid by Electric Callboy. Again, an incredible song. If I cannot be bothered to do something and I need hyping up, Tanzid is now my go-to for that, because honestly, anything Electric Callboy is pretty hyping, but this one in particular, absolutely love it. So you are gonna go in A tier. Next one is another band that I found through TikTok, I believe, and I very much enjoy them. They are a very small band, and they actually have a female lead vocalist. I love a female lead vocalist. There is not a lot of female representation in metal. So Deadlands, we are going to bob you in B. Please do check out the song More from Deadlands. That is one of my favourite songs that they've done so far, and it is fantastic. Next we have Orbit Culture. Orbit Culture are a band I found this year. Obviously they are not a new band. Not that long ago, one of my favourite creators over here is over on YouTube here is Tank the Tech. He did a reaction to when they did Bloodhound, and I was kind of floored by it because I have heard people talk about Orbit Culture a lot. They were a band I knew, but hadn't really listened to that much. I'd heard of them here and there. When I heard Bloodhound, I was so surprised because that's not what they normally sound like. Like, that is heavy even for them. The heavier the better for me. I live for it, I breathe it, and it's going in S tier. Next we have Lonely God Fit for a King. Again, another incredible one. The entire album is incredible. My favourite song from that album is probably Begin the Sacrifice. It is really, really good. I really enjoyed it. It's gonna go in A tier. Next we have got Shallow by Magnolia Park. Again, it is an absolutely fantastic song. One problem I have with it, it is just very, very, very much everywhere because of TikTok. It made me kind of like burn out with it. Like, I love Magnolia Park. They've done another song that I really like called Void, also a very good song. However, and as well, they are doing Download next year apparently, which, congratulations, man, that's fucking amazing to hear. And yeah, I am a massive fan of that. I would love to go see them, however I am too much of a cripple to be able to do a festival because I can't camp for a start, and second of all, I would need a mobility scooter that I can go off-roading in, because that is the only way I'd be able to get around. I wouldn't be able to get around. And I also don't have a dog sitter, so... Anyway, Magnolia Park, we're gonna give you... I'm gonna put you in B. Next, I've got Dead Eyes, Good Die Young. This is another really good song. I don't know if this is a band that everyone knows. They are a band that I discovered via Instagram. And it is a great song. It really is. I am going to put it in C. Ooh, okay. So we have Kool-Aid by Bring Me the Horizon. Did that come out this year? No, it didn't. Who put that there? I did not vet these very well. I'm going to put that in Seek Help, because that's not 2025. And the other one, I don't have the name of the song for some reason. However, I can see that it is Ghost, so that is going in What the Fuck Is Wrong With You, regardless of what song it is, because no, I can't deal with Ghost. They are... I think if they didn't have all the, like, magic and shit that they have going on at their shows, I don't think they'd be that good. I don't think that many people would like them. But that's just my opinion. So, you know, I'm going to leave it there. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Feel free to share your favourite bands in the comments below if there's any that I've missed. What do you think of where I've placed things? Do we think it's any good? I'm probably not going to change my mind on any of them. I'm just like to see what you guys are interested in music-wise. Yeah, I will talk to you all later. Anyway, goodbye.